Ease your mind, make you no go kill yourself. When you go make them now, only God go know. You they try, make you no go lose yourself. No go stress yourself, cause no be you get yourself. Oh Lord, say now you go forgive me peace, everything.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another episode of Nice Corner. Hope you guys are wonderful and you are blessed. And before anything, you know what to do. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell notification so you can keep up with everything in Nice Corner. And also hit that like button so it can go in the algorithm and it can reach a bigger, wider audience if you like this video. So today I am here with a guest. You have seen his face before if you've seen my my interview with a contractor. Awesome guy, James Arthur. I've gotten requests from people for him to come on my channel again for like anything else that he's doing. So I am here with James Arthur. How are you, James?
I'm so good. How are you, Naya? Good to see you again.
Thank you. It's good to see you too. Thank you so much for coming on my channel. Thank you so much. And the video that we did together, it was really good. It was really dope. So.
Excellent. Yes, we got so much feedback and response and emails, and we loved all of it and so many great questions. So we're here again.
Okay, that's right. That's what's up. So a lot of my viewers, I'm sure they can attest to this, are interested in accommodation. Accommodation is a big thing, especially for people from the diaspora that are looking for a places to live. You know, so you're the man with that. You're building this really lovely apartment building. So could you please tell us about the units, like, you know, how, like, the building process, you know, how many bedrooms, and kind of like describe to us the units that you are selling?
All right, absolutely. Legacy apartments. Let me start off with legacy apartment and legacy houses. It is a 20-unit apartment building project. Okay. So it will have, when it's completed, 12 one-bedroom units and then 8 two-bedroom units. Those one-bedroom units are about 60 square meters in living space, internal living space, and those two bedrooms are about 78 square meters of living space. The one bedrooms having one bedroom, one bathroom, a hall, a kitchen, a living room, a front and back porch. I'm so happy to be back. What I'd speak about first is last time we talked about construction and building, and that was actually what I wound up doing as kind of a side business. My primary business is property development, which is the construction and sale of apartment units, also the long-term lease and rental of apartment units. That's our primary business. So today we get to talk about that a little more and see if we get anybody that is interested, and maybe just give some information and knowledge about how getting accommodations, especially houses and apartments, and how that works here in GH. Oh,
okay. Well, that's actually a really good thing to talk about, because a lot of people are like inquiring kind of like, how are things done, you know, in terms of, you know, pricing, you know, are you renting these, or do people have to purchase these?
Okay, so this building, we have rental long-term lease available, and we also have purchases available. Okay. So with the long-term leases, they're 2-year leases. Oh, if they're directly from us, from Legacy Apartments. At times, what will happen is somebody will buy one of our properties and then go ahead and lease or rent it themselves. Okay. If that's the case, the term might be different, because I know some of the customers that purchase from us will decide to then again furnish the apartment and use it for Airbnb for short-term rentals and for 6-month rentals and 1-year rentals. But just for us, what we do is we do sales, we sell the units outright, and we also do long-term rentals on the units.
Oh, okay. So you do long-term rentals and then like
sales.
To do sales.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So that's kind of giving like people a little bit of an option on what to do. So if people need to purchase these these places, kind of like, how would the payment system go? Would they have to pay it outright, or?
Okay. So let's go through both the purchase and the leases. Okay. With the purchases, you can purchase it outright. And that's usually the least expensive way to do it because you can negotiate an outright deal and get possession of the unit. We also have 2 in-house financing programs. Now, everybody is welcome to use whichever bank that they're working with or whatever financial institution that they usually work with for financing. We're willing to work with all of them. We've worked with Ghana Home Loans before. So if I were to recommend an external financial institution, I would tell you just to look up Ghana Home Loans. I believe they're a bank now, so I believe they actually got their license for banking, but they deal with a lot of properties and giving out a lot of mortgages. In regards to our in-house mortgages, our in-house financing, we have a 7-year option and we have a 2-year option. Okay. So the 2-year option is payments for 24 months. Once those payments, those monthly payments are executed and completed, the unit becomes yours and there's a down payment. So pretty much it's a structure of about 50% or 60% as a down payment. And then the balance is split over the next 24 months.
Oh, okay. So it would kind of be similar to how things are, like maybe in the States or, you know, places abroad with the payment system?
Yeah, it's a mortgage, just like you would get, it's a fixed interest loan. There's no compounding interest on it. It's just a regular loan that you would get on a car or on a house. It's just a 2-year agreement. There's also a 7-year program, which is a rent-to-own program. From my knowledge, we're the only company doing it. What it is it's 7 years. So you pay every month like you're paying your rent, and then when you're done paying, the unit belongs to you. And there is no down payment.
Oh, so there's no down payment.
There's no down payment. There's no down payment. Yes. So pretty much as if you were renting a place and you're paying every month, it would be the same thing. The only difference is when you're done paying for it, you would just own the unit. It would be yours. It would be your property instead of having to give it back to your landlord after you finish paying him a lot of money for the next 7 years.
You know what? I actually like that option better because it's like when you rent a place, you're giving it to somebody else, but kind of like the rent to own, kind of like Rent a Center. I know I'm talking about like in the States, with like Rent a Center when you go and it's like you purchase like some furniture, those stores where it's almost like a rent to own. I think it's a better option because, you know, when you're paying for something that's eventually going to be yours. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like you're investing in it each month, you know, instead of just giving it to somebody else. Let
me finish with the pricing.
Okay.
So just to give a starting, and then also into the leasing.
Okay.
So the outright sale of our 1-bedroom unit, which is about 60 square meters, currently we have them listed at $49,000 US.
Oh, okay.
49,000.
Yeah.
And then our 2 bedrooms are listed at $74,000. Now these units are fully finished but unfurnished. I want to make sure everybody's aware of that and they understand the differences. When we say, and we should talk about this too because it's a big difference. In Ghana, when a place is said to be furnished, generally what that means is everything is there. You have your fridge, you have your stove, you have your TV, you have your bed, your mattress.
Right.
Now, in the States, when somebody says it's an unfurnished apartment, when you get there, you still expect to see a stove, a refrigerator, you know, an oven. You expect to see these things inside the apartment. In Ghana, unfortunately, that language doesn't hold the same. So when somebody says something is unfurnished, generally that's exactly what it means. The only furnishing that you should expect to see is attached furnishing, which is your kitchen sink, your bathroom sink, and your WC. Those, of course, are standard in any property you purchase and or rent. But when a property is not furnished here, you won't see the stove and you won't see the refrigerator and you won't see those
That's
items
correct.
inside.
That's correct. When we rented our place, that was the same thing. We were kind of like, we had to pay for our stove, our oven, you know, kind of like things, even like our attachments for our AC and everything. We had to pay for, you know, different things. So we were kind of like, it was a little different from what we were used to. So
it was a bit of a surprise.
It
when
was.
You
I was like, okay, you know, but that's Ghana. That's how things work here, you know. So so that's definitely understandable.
With our place, it is not furnished, but it is fully finished. So obviously all the finishings are there 100%. And there are a lot of design details because I worked on this project personally and I took the time to design every unit personally. There are a lot of design details and amenities that are not common to Ghana, but are very common to the States.
Oh, that's always nice. Could you please share with us some?
Okay, let's talk about water heaters and let's also talk about walls.
Okay.
Okay, with water heaters, most people that are familiar with a home in the US and in Canada, I'm sure also in the UK, that there's one water heater for the entire home.
Correct, yeah.
It's usually, there's either a utility closet that stores that water heater, or it's placed in the basement or something like that. And that water heater is piped. There's copper piping all around the home to supply that water to every bathroom and everywhere you might need hot water.
Right.
Here in Ghana, it's common practice to place a hot water heater in each room, a very small one, and then to separately wire each of those hot water heaters to each sink, to separately lay the plumbing for that. And when I first experienced it, it was very strange. I was wondering why it was, and then getting into the business and doing it. So we made sure that in our units, long story short, that there is only one hot water heater, and it serves all the sinks and all the bathrooms and everywhere that you would need hot water. So that's some of the small stuff that we do. Walls in GH are generally concrete walls that are painted. That's generally how walls are prepared for homes for sale or rent. In the States, we don't encounter concrete walls so much. We're usually using plasterboard and we're painting that. So there's a big difference in smoothness and evenness in a plasterboard and a concrete plastered wall. So what we do is we go ahead and plaster all the walls with POP cement. So they're smooth, even, and straight, just like you would experience them in the US. So
I felt them and they felt amazing. I was like, oh my gosh, this is smooth. This is really, really smooth. And
please come touch the wall.
Okay. Ooh, it feels so smooth. Oh my gosh, it feels like a wall that you would like feel in the States.
So generally what happens in the States is we usually use plasterboard, and then we use joint compound, and then we paint over it. So plasterboard is just POP cement with 2 layers of cardboard on the outside.
Okay.
So when we paint over this in the States, we get a very smooth wall.
Well, then, you know, even with the, you know, attention to the tile and the lights that you have in your places, even like on your, the ports there, you have like a USB port.
Yes, okay, yes. That was one of the little things that once I found out now, they're integrating USB ports into sockets. I just had to get involved with this because it just makes sense.
It does.
How many times have we not had an extra plug for our friend that asked?
Of course. So those attention to detail is really important, and that's why, you know, I'm glad that you're coming on my channel, because kind of the way your places are designed, you have, you know, you've thought of kind of like the things that we're kind of used to coming from abroad in mind, and I think that that's really, really important. So could you please share with us kind of like the area? This is like a really, really nice area. So could you please share with us where the places are, the area? Oh,
absolutely. Okay, so this project is in an area called Oyarafa. Okay, Oyarafa. It's between, yes, it took me so long to learn how to pronounce it. But I do it well now.
Guys, right?
I hope I'm doing it well now, please, if anybody wants to correct me. But Oyarafa, yes. It's nestled between Adenta. So it is past Adenta if you're coming from Accra. Okay. And it's before you get to an area called Aimensa. Aimensa being the last village or town before you get to Eastern Region.
Okay.
So after us, after Oyarafa, there is only one more town or village within Greater Accra region, which is called Aimensa.
Okay, gotcha.
So that's the location of it. For this area, I personally fell in love with it. I live in this area. The reason why that I like it so much is because it's accessibility. Without traffic, I get to the airport in 30 minutes.
Alrighty, James. So could you please share with us, like you said that you got different responses, you know, from our past video, different inquiries about really the process of how everything works. So could you please share with us and the viewers that even like, you know, wrote you kind of like the process and how everything works?
Yes, absolutely. I got a ton of questions about how do I get started? If I want to build a house, where do I start? And what should I do next? So I'd like to speak about some of those, and then I also got a lot of responses in regards to land, purchasing land. So myself, my company or myself, I don't sell land, or that's not something that I've gotten into at this point. Although I've got so many questions about how to go about that, and I've gave some advice, and I definitely don't mind giving that advice. But in regards to the land, from time to time, because I do the developing, I have trusted associates and friends and people that will tell me, oh, there's this piece of land, there's this sale, there's this. So I get those from time to time, and if anybody calls me or inquires, I definitely share that with them. One thing that I would like to share is currently right now in East Legon, there's a property, there's a land for sale. It's 100 by 100, 100 feet by 100 feet, so it's an oversized plot.
Wow, it sounds like a large plot.
Yeah, it's bigger than a normal plot. The location is prime. It's bare land. The only reason why I'm speaking about this is because I can actually personally vouch for the land. They were actually trying to sell it to me. I was actually a little bit too caught up in this project and other things to do that. Well, even resources, but if I had the money, I would buy it. So if anybody's interested in that, definitely feel free. Contact me if you're in GH or you have your contacts in GH. We can definitely take you guys right over there and let you see what's going on for that matter, if anybody would be interested. In regards to all of the questions in regards to processes, just quickly, the correct way to start any building process is with a blueprint. Some people call it a technical plan, some people call it a blueprint, but it's the correct way. So the correct way is to sit with an architect, articulate exactly what you want your home, your house, your building to look like to that architect. Let him take his time and let him render you a visual of that building. Usually they're done in three-dimensional images. Let him then design a technical plan, a blueprint based upon that 3D rendering. We do blueprinting, we do technical plans, we do 3D rendering. Although we don't need our plans to do the work, and most contractors don't. Anytime you go to a contractor, you're either going to have him do your plan, your building plan for you, which would mean you'd be working with that contractor and an architect, or you would work with an architect first and you would give that information from that architect to the general contractor, and it will be his responsibility to give you a budget and then to build your home.
Oh, okay. So that's
I just that was a question that I was getting over and over on
like
what's
how
the
to
process.
Even start, right.
Yeah, so I know it's a little simple and basic, so excuse myself if I've bored anybody to tears. But.
No, you have not bored anyone, but I can understand, getting questions like that because it's almost like with a big project such as building a house or, building or what have you, kind of like where to start. It can kind of be, a little bit of a scary thing, especially if it's territory that you're not familiar with. So I know, my viewers that inquired and asked, I know that will be very valuable information for them. So I appreciate you for sharing that information because that'll kind of give them like an area of where to start. I appreciate you coming on my channel. I'm sure people who are definitely going to be interested in these units. And I will put your stuff in my description box. So if anybody wants to get in touch with Mr. James Arthur, I will have all of his information in the description box. And is there any other ways that people can get in touch with you?
Oh, that's best. Also, we love the emails, but for the quickest response, definitely WhatsApp on that number that's available. You'll definitely get to me the quickest way. My emails, sometimes because I'm on sites and different job sites and work on some different sites, it can take a day or two for us to get back to you. But all the same, we'll definitely get back to any responses, questions, or inquiries, of course.
Okay, alrighty. Thank you so much, James, for coming on my channel. And these apartment units, I know they're going to be like just awesome. And there's also some more that you're building. So it's going to be like, is it going to be like a 4-level, 3-level?
Yeah, so the building when completed will be ground plus 3 stories.
Okay.
So you'll have 4 floors. Okay. And yeah, so it's definitely a bit of a project, but so excited to be involved in it. And the response, because of the way we price the project and the way we design the project, has been amazing. So we're quite happy with it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm definitely happy for you. Like I said, thank you so much for coming on my channel. And thank you guys for tuning in. And like I said, please subscribe, comment, share, and like this video. And like I said, share the information with others. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.